Hey everybody. Alright, so I'm out here working on the 47 Willys. It's under the cover, so wasn't even going to do a video on this because I thought it was going to just be a quick little easy simple job, and it's turned out to be kind of rough. And I looked online. I looked in my little book, which if you go back to videos, I don't have it out here with me right now, but I looked in there. It was a book that I was using when I was redoing the engine, and it covers just about everything mechanical, but I guess that's not included as mechanical. I don't know what it's included as, but anyways, it doesn't work. It doesn't apply to that. So, and like I said, I looked online, forums, try to get ideas on how to do it. Nobody really seemed, I watched YouTube videos, nobody seemed to really have, in my opinion, a good way of doing it. It was what I was monkeying around with, and it just didn't work very well. So what it is the radiator deflector, the felt here that goes around the radiator. It's this stuff, and it's held in with these little staples, which they don't look it, but they are very, very tough. And I cut the old ones out with these, which actually, if you just cut the back side off, the curly side on each end, that's pretty good. Trying to pull them out the opposite side, like on this end of the staple, just made a mess. So I just cut them off on the back side here, where they're curled over, and that actually wound up working pretty good. So that was pretty good on that. I tried these as far as length to get in to crunch them, and I just couldn't get those to work right. I couldn't get enough pressure on them, anything. I tried these, same thing, because they're actually way in here, so you have to get over the felt and everything, and on these it's a little bit more difficult. But anyways, long story short, what I found was if you use spot welding pliers, you can actually hold the staple from the back side, and these ones that I have, they have a big enough hole in them. See if I can hold these here, that you can get the ends of the staple here to stick out, or go in between, I should say, and then hold it in place with that, because the problem was when you try to bend the one side, it just pushes out the back side. Well, with these I was able to hold the back side flush up against here, tight against the padding in the middle, and then with the screwdriver and a little body hammer come from the back side and just kind of work that a little bit over just to get it started. And then after that, another set of welding pliers with the flat on each side, and I was able to go in and finish it off with this, and it worked relatively easily, at least compared to the other methods I was trying. Like I said, I looked online, everybody was using the same thing: channel locks, vice grips, just flat vice grips, not this style or that style. And like I said, I was having a heck of a time. So let me get one started, and I will kind of show you what I'm talking about. So I'll be back in just a minute. Alright, so there you go. As you can see, I've got the pliers on there. It's got the solid end on the back side, and then of course this cutaway, and there's the end of the staples right there. This one's pretty hard to get to, so I didn't get it exactly straight, but I just wanted to show you that basically that's what I'm going for. And then I get the screwdriver and I just go ahead and tap it, and it starts to bend it. And then the other one, obviously probably from the bottom of the Jeep, same thing, just get it, tap it. If I can find it here, there we go, right there. And just tap it, and like I said, get it started, and then after they're started, come in with the other ones and finish it off. But let me go ahead and get this, get these staples started to bend, and then I'll turn this thing back on and crimp it off with the other one and show you how it looks. Alright, so those are started to be turned over a little bit there. I'll go ahead and take this off and crunch it down with those other pliers I showed you, and I'll turn it back on and I'll show you how it comes out. It's not the original, how they're like curled on the end. It doesn't give you that, but at least you're able to use these staples. Heard of a lot of guys using baling wire, paper clips, things like that, which I'm sure that works, but you know, I'm like, they send you these staples, they're very, very rigid, so obviously they're not going to come apart, and I really wanted to use those. So anyways, let me finish this up and I'll turn it back on in just a minute. Alright, so there you go. As you can see, it's not the original way that it's clamped on, but you can also see that the legs get through pretty far and they are bent, so it shouldn't come apart. I might possibly put that spot welder on there, the spot weld pliers back on there, and go ahead and take the screwdriver to it, try to tap them across, just because this one is kind of in a bad spot. I mean, it's right here at the frame, kind of hard to get the pliers in. Probably not the greatest one to show you what I figured out, but that's about when I figured it out on this last one here. So after I kind of banged it up a little bit with other means, but once it's all covered, I guess it'll be alright. And I'll probably just tap some red paint back in there so it doesn't rust. But anyways, like I said, that's what I've come up with. And I've got this last one to do. I'm going to put a few more crossed here now that I got a better idea of how to do it. One other thing I did do, I've been drilling the holes out a little bit bigger and going through the felt, because trying to punch those staples through that felt without a hole is very, very difficult. I wasn't even able to do it. So I've read things again on forums and stuff about guys heating them up and pushing them through and burning holes with sewing needles and all kinds of stuff, but I just found easier to kind of line it up against the thing there and just go through the original holes with the drill bit and through the felt. Obviously don't drill into your fingers or a hand, but anyways, like I said, I hope this helps you guys out, because I was struggling with it. So if it does, please go ahead and share this video, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.